This is a 5-part series of video about HRM in an educational institution. This was shot by one of the leading college in India, the PSG Institute of Management. The final year students of MBA had done this project as part of their internship in 2020. I was heading the HR department as HR manager during my tenure at Rathinam Group of Institutions. Management students can make use of the information provided in these videos, so here we go.
Few times you want to deviate from the HR policies. Is there any kind of situation you faced, and how do you handle that?
Deviation in the sense, as you said, recruitment has to happen through certain process. There's various stages of recruitment. I mean, we have certain sources of getting people. Interview has to be done at a certain level, and then such things happens. But at times of crisis or at times of sometimes people are asked to be terminated instantly. One example, as I said, some people can come drunk. He can be a reliable person, he is very reliable and he has a huge team and all that stuff. But sometimes if he comes drunk to the campus, and then there was a recent situation where he did create a problem, and he started making calls to all the management people, and then he literally fired one laborer, who was working below him, just because he didn't listen to him for certain work that needs to be done urgently, and he had said that he's going to work somewhere else. And this fellow, in his drunkard mode, he spoke so badly. The next day, the laborer had to come crying to the HR saying that this person was so and so, and the other person saying that I was in an inebriated situation. I didn't know what I spoke. So those kind of situations you have to be very diplomatically, you have to handle. You have to have this manager as well. Then you have to have the laborer also satisfied. So those situations becomes a little bit tricky. And then where we have to take the management's opinion also, like whose side do we take, and then how do we handle it. Certain things are there.
My question is, whom do you think is a successful HR manager from your point of view?
One who is very much popular among the employees. Wherein that's what they should feel one among them. It's not some person sitting on very high position and then delegating things and all that thing. They should feel one among them. Ultimately, everybody is employee, right? Except the employer. See, that person who's sitting there as HR also gets paid for the job that person is doing. So that shouldn't go to his head. Try to handle everything through his heart. So that is what I feel. So.
Going to the non-teaching staffs, do you take, mostly in the bottom line level, do you take employees on contract basis?
Yeah. We do.
And what are the difficulties in managing those people?
Main thing is, there are certain situations where it demands that we need to have a contract basis, especially the housekeeping. We do have people coming through reference and other things. Suddenly one fine day they'll give very reasons which we cannot accept. As a professionals, people who are educated know the responsibility towards this job and they do the work. But when it comes to housekeeping and other people, how much ever you try to educate them, there are certain, maybe the family situation demands them that they have to quit the job, or for some reason they don't come on time, they leave and all that stuff. So in that case, then we go for the contract. So in that, there again, contract in the sense, we have a contract for 1 year. That we'll have, say, 20-25 housekeeping people working for us for 1 year. In that also what happens is we want all the 25 to work throughout the year. Then again for some reason they quit after 1 or 2 months, then they are replaced by some other new person. Then to get trained them and then to get the work done from them becomes very difficult. That's one of the challenges that we face in contract things. Otherwise, people are there here, 2 or 3 years old, and they're trained well, they know their job well, they come in the morning, they do the regular thing, and then they're okay. And this contract basis becomes a very difficult thing because they're not trained, unskilled people, and getting work done from them becomes a little difficult.
And what kind of performance appraisal you do in your institution?
Okay, we have this performance review once in a year. And the performance review, when it is done, we do through KRA. KRA is the key resultant area. So we do have management sitting across and doing the performance review of the entire employee. And we, in the beginning of the year, we give them a KRA result. That is what they are supposed to achieve. End of the year, we check how much they have achieved. And then there is a self-rating. That is, the employee rates himself, how much he has achieved to that target. And the employer, that is reporting head, they will give a report how much this person has achieved. So based on the difference, we give them the payment, appraisal amount.
And what is the HR to employee ratio here, and do you consider it as an ideal ratio?
Definitely not. This is a very huge institution, as I said, there's multiple institutions, and each institution, though it comes under one common head, it has a different style of working. Our school works in a different concept, and it's an international school. And they have an advanced campus here, and Ramanathapuram they have a city campus. So there itself there's a lot of various differences. Now arts and science works in a different mode. Engineering works in a different mode. Architecture works in a different mode. So putting everything together into one HR thing, at times it gets a little tricky. One common reason is because the holiday list. Everybody cannot have the same common list. Schools will have a different one. And then arts and science will have a different one. Then there are admin team, which doesn't come under education at all. They have a different holiday list. So there are some, I mean, if it's one institution, one thing, then we can have one common thing done. Here it is all multiple things. So it goes in a different ballgame.
So how do you handle it?
That's what I'm saying. So far, things are going smoothly. No issues. Yeah.
About the upskilling the employers with the various, due to the different kinds of trends in technology, how do they or
Advanced things you
how
talk about.
often you upskill them?
Now, when I say this faculty training program that has been happening, that is for teaching faculty. We bring in the most educated people in. Like when I say, when we invite faculties for guest lectures and other things, we pick up the most top, highly qualified guys, and then we give them that workshop of say 2 days, 3 days. International workshops are conducted, symposium is conducted. So those kind of things we do take care of them, and that shows in their performance.
My question is, how is the feedback process structured in this institution, and how does it really work?
Feedback, as I said, we take the feedback through forms, Microsoft Forms, which is, I mean, anybody who's having the email ID, that corporate email ID or the college email ID, they have the access to the forms. It will go to their email saying that these are the questions, please answer it. It's like a survey. So they give in their feedback and everything, and the one who's posting, one who's creating, suppose I'm as a HR creating a few questionnaires, I'll get all the data. Then it comes in Excel sheet format. Like we sit across with the management team, we analyze all those issues and problems, and we try to find solutions for those kind of things. That is one of the major way of finding what you call feedback. Apart from that, we have some suggestion box kept across the campus. So any grievance, any problem, if they see that anything is wrong, they can drop in their solutions there.
Apart from employee benefits, what are the other steps you have taken to care your employees, like checking whether they wear a helmet or like coming to college, or having a non-smoking campus, like so that the staffs who smoke doesn't smoke in the college, it reduces the time, the frequency.
Correct. Yeah. What this smoking thing is completely nil in our campus. It's you can't find the faculty or the students, nobody smoking. It's a smoke-free zone, that you can be assured of. Talking about helmet, there was when a new PRO we had hired, the first thing that he made sure is at the entrance to make a very big hoarding saying that helmet is mandatory. And we have securities all across the campus. We have 3 or 4 gates. So we have securities there, and any person coming beyond pillion driver and the actual driving, we have 3 of them, they stop them then and there, and they ask them to go back if they're not wearing the helmet. Not only helmet, and people coming in 4-wheelers are asked to wear their seat belts. So all this precaution is taken care. There is a club maintained within the campus, so they are very active enough in this particular concept.
Ma'am, according to many surveys, it shows that young people change their jobs within 4 years. So how you retain the employees or staffs in your institution?
No, 4 years is a good time, I should say, for any person to move on. Generally, the ideal thing is 2 years. 2 years to stay in a company, or maximum 3 years. 4 years staying in a company itself, it's a pretty long thing. And if the person seems that he doesn't, he's not getting, he's not growing in that institution, 4 years is a good
But
time
the
to jump.
organization should incur very much cost in training them. So
No, we do train them. See, when what happens sometimes is that shuffling of people is very much required. We can't have people for 6 years, 7 years. Beyond certain age, they don't grow. They stay there in the company, but then they don't grow. We need fresh people coming in to change the environment and to change the entire system. So that retaining people is one of the major things, but then we need people to shuffle also, so that the others, the elders or the experienced people also feel a threat in their career. Okay, there are new generations coming in who are high tech and who are highly educated, and we also need to be at par with them. So that gives them a challenge for both the expertise and the newcomers.